Hello, I'm Howling, and today I'm going to talk about assignment one part D. So in this assignment, in this part, we have two functions. So the first function is get overflow list. In this function, first I just figure out the length of the row and the column, and then I create a new result list to store the results. So in this two for loop, I check the cells in the group one by one. So we can see it's from here. We check it one by one to figure out if it's overflow or not. So initially I set the neighbors for each cells is 2, and then I try to figure out if the cell is in this position, it will be 3. So this two function is used to this list of code is used to check if the cells is in this position or this position or this position to determine how many neighbors they have. And then I use the absolute function to check if the cells is overflow or not. If it is, I will append the row and column into the result list. And then, so that's it for this function. And next, we have the overflow function, which is require us to use the recursive. In this function, I have a overflow recursive function, which accepts the grid and the queue. So similarly, we need to figure out what's the length of the row and column first. And in this recursive function, we have two base function. So the first one is if all the cells have the same sign, like if they're all positive or negative, this overflow function will be terminated. Or the second case is that if there's no overflowing cells, also we terminate the function. So this two attribute is used to check if there's positive attribute in the group or not, or negative. If so, if there if there are if there's positive attribute and negative attribute function, the case one will be invalid. So after this, we go to the case two. If this, so we call the get overflow list from the first function. If the overflow is none, which means that there's no overflowing cell, which is the case two, so the function will be terminated. So after going through these two base case, we will try to overflowing the group. So each time we will plus 1 if we perform the overflow. So in here, and then we get the row and column from the overflow list, and this is negative, means that so from here, wait, overflow. Yeah, from here we can see that all the overflowing cells have the same sign. So so this attribute is try to check whether the overflowing cells are positive or negative. And then we set all the overflowing cells in the group to be 0. And after that, we go through the row and column in the overflow list and determine the neighbor of the sales in the overflow list. And not all the neighbors are valid, because if you go to this, only this and this one are valid. So we need to check if the neighbors sales are valid or not. After going through this one, we will go to determine the. After going through this one, we need to pass one or minus equals one, because the absolute values of the neighbor sales need to pass one. And then we determine the signs of the neighbor sales by using this if conditional function. And after going this one, we um, copy a new one and include this into a queue. So that's this.